go.
And we're rolling.
Great.
And we're rolling again.
Yes, we are.
We're back.
Here we are. What are we doing? We got juice dust over here. Juicy.
We do have juice dust.
We're talking about tech that failed us.
Yes.
We're
gonna
gonna
talk
take
about-
that phone call.
Yes.
We have more
Put
important
that on
things
silent.
happening. We're gonna ignore it over here.
Tech that failed us, that phone is failing you now. But we're going to talk about failed tech that was around, that was a trend that maybe we partook in. And then we just said, you know what, that was a bad idea. Right? Like,
Oh, I've got a couple.
something like doing like an Iron Man, maybe?
That's not tech. That's just bad personal
not tech.
decisions.
Okay. Low socks because you thought it was better.
The bad decision would be getting a tattoo.
Oh, that's some high tech shit there.
Hit me low now.
That's right there. And you are?
I'm Ryan still.
I'm Carl, hostess with the mostest.
I'm RJ.
Iron Man, good buddy. And right
It's
now,
okay. He wears socks now.
God, thank God. And he doesn't have the Velcro straps over no tongue.
In the pom pom.
So he gets like these square.
So before you go on a road ride with us, do you actually like use the rubber bands to hold your shoes to the chainstays? No,
I do not.
Not anymore. Okay.
Do you tape like goos to the top bar or anything
I
like
do
that?
not.
And put your water bottles
never
behind
did
the
that.
seat?
I used to do that. but
Yes.
Not anymore.
Yes, please. Yes, yes. All right, what are we doing? This is Elysian Juice Dust Juicy IPA. Okay.
I'm of two minds about this.
Please
You
tell
like
me
the
the first
juice?
one, not the second one.
I like
please.
the juice. I don't like the IPA.
Juicy IPA.
It says juicy.
Who makes this?
I like juice.
Elysian.
Elysian.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
first
know.
word you said when you introduced it.
Elysian.
Oh, I'm not familiar with it. I guess I just always took it for granted.
You never heard of space dust?
Yeah, I have, but I guess I just never really.
It's like the Space Force. It's the official beer of the Space Force.
Oh. Fort Collins, Colorado. Elysian Brewing Company.
Crack it.
Crack it.
They're pretty cold,
Crack-a-lacka.
so should be pretty good. They're pretty cool.
We muffled the sound of our table. We're pretty high tech now.
Ooh,
Easy there.
easy there.
Easy turbo.
There's the
A
ASMR.
lot ahead.
ASMR. Oh, I killed it. Might as well.
Might as well.
Smells good.
Oh, we never did. Oh, that's because we didn't do it last round.
It's fucking beer.
Okay, well, everybody can taste it now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Actually, mine had a head on it, but it went away fast. It's cloudy.
Whoa, there's
Oh,
the
wow.
look. There's the look. There is the look.
It's an IPA. And that is enough of that.
Ooh, it is an IPA. I was not expecting that. I
No.
thought being that like hazy and everything, it would be like.
I'll take the juice force over the juice.
I mean,
back.
it is a little bit. Oh, alcohol.
Sneaks back up on you.
Yeah, that's a little more.
Let's talk about
bitter
alcohol first. It's a little bit more bitter than I was expecting,
than
huh?
the juice force, yeah.
Jesus.
You can call me Lord.
Whoa.
Not Pope.
Not Pope.
I did vote for you for Pope.
I should make it. You know what I was thinking about doing? I was thinking of making an AI generated look of me in a Pope outfit and do it on Instagram. That'd be great. I'm such a genius. I thought of that first.
I call by volume.
I'm looking. I can't find
I
it.
found it already.
Does ChatGPT do images?
It's on there. I already saw it.
Please, please. Oh, I found it. Okay. Oh, no wonder. Okay.
Hey, I need you to look over here.
No.
Perfect. Thank you.
Am I gonna
Look
have
at
the
me now.
Pope hat and everything?
Yep.
Ah!
Well,
Okay.
maybe include that on the
Alcohol by volume.
7.5.
6.5.
Oh,
I just saw it, so I can't really compete.
Well, what is it then?
8.2.
Jesus Christ.
You can call me Lord.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's why it's making it a little bit.
This would be considered an imperial.
Yeah. Well,
You
the
gotta
juice
enter
force was
password.
9.5.
Yeah.
So.
This
True.
would be a double IPA.
Yes, double IPA. And I was not expecting that because I thought juicy IPA was going to be light, kind of.
Yeah, it's not good.
hazy the whole bit.
No?
Not even a little
Not
bit.
so much.
I actually
But-
it kicked me like a little bit of rocks, but I didn't hate the fact that it did.
Would you say it rocked you like a hurricane?
Oh,
Please.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not Rob Dorff.
Okay.
But you're going back in.
I am going back in.
It's not bad.
I'm kind of doing this.
It's
I'm riding a roller coaster right now.
a little more bitter than the Juice Force.
I think it's the alcohol that we're tasting. It's not. It doesn't taste grassy.
No.
It's more alcohol-y, though.
It's more
Little-
bitter than it
little
is
more
the
bitter.
yard.
I think
More
that's
boozy?
that is a technical term I haven't heard. More alcohol-y,
Boozy.
Boozy.
boozy. He doesn't give a shit.
No, fuck that.
He's like, fuck that shit.
Trying to make Carl the Pope.
He is trying to make me the Pope right now. He's so busy over here making the Pope.
I'm over here with the
All right.
conclave.
I taste a little bit of citrus in that bad boy.
Oh, there should be.
Thank you.
I mean, it's all over that can.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I can smell it. It's pretty citrusy.
Rating?
Ratings?
Shall we?
I'll give this a 7.8.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of it's sneaking up on me. Like at first I was like, what, but it is strong. 7.6.
Oh.
I'm right there with you.
Oh.
You could give a shit.
Nope. I'm gonna give that a 4.
Oh.
Wow, 4.
Still more than a Pliny. That's still a pretty good high.
Yeah,
high
fuck the
peak.
Pliny also.
I had two of those.
Pliny the Elder.
Jesus, why?
It was delicious.
Delicious.
Yes, I like
Was that
those.
right after the ride?
Not right after. After a nap.
Okay.
Hmm.
Slightly less psychotic.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
So we're gonna segue. Oh wait.
He's
Yes.
still poping over there.
I'm hoping.
You're poping it
I'm
up.
poping
right
hard.
now.
All right.
Okay.
So the tech.
So we're talking about tech that failed us, not tech you're still with. What did you like? You were all in. You just thought it would be a good, and
You're stoked.
you were stoked, and then you're like, oh, I gave that up. Not the stuff you're still doing.
So back when I was a weight weenie,
Okay,
trying to get my bike as light as possible,
I remember that.
bought these magnetic bottle cages with one-off bottles that went onto them.
Oh, Fidwalk?
No, it was a different name.
Ooh. Yeah, I have the Fidwalk ones on my mountain bike. They're good.
But
They were-
Yeah.
they were okay. You had to buy the bottles, obviously, from the company, and the bigger bottles tended to be a little top-heavy and roll off if you hit a bump. So
So they didn't really work.
they didn't really work out that well. I went back to regular cages after a while, after I threw a bottle or two down the road.
Did you
What
buy a
about
lot of
you?
bottles?
I think I
Yeah,
had,
how deep were you on that?
I think I had 3 or 4.
Oh,
probably.
let's say you were
Yeah.
in deep enough.
Deep
Like
enough.
you were believing it.
They were more expensive than a regular bottle because they had the magnets in them to hold them on the frame. But
Did you buy those at Two Hubs?
no, I
No.
think I got them online.
Color me surprised.
It was not too
It's the kind of dumb shit they would sell.
understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they were okay. They were light. I'll give them that, but they're not.
Make you faster?
Yeah, but a light bottle cage doesn't weigh much,
True.
especially a
You
carbon
know what's
bottle.
even lighter? An empty bottle.
An empty bottle with
Empty
a
bottle.
carbon bottle cage is pretty freaking light.
Yeah.
Plastic is pretty much the same weight as carbon.
It's close. It's within
I
a few
had
grams.
bottle they were loaned to me, but it was lightweight, like the wheel company.
Yeah.
They have bottle cages.
Oh yeah, I
that
saw
weigh
those.
next to
That,
the
they were like making an X, and they were woven. like-
They're fucking horrendous.
and they're really expensive.
Yeah, I think there's $80 a cage.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, they are the worst bottle cages I have ever used. They will hold a bottle, however, it's either going to be completely like uselessly tight or completely loose. So as you're riding, they rattle like shit,
Uh-huh.
and if you hit a bump, they will eject.
So you
bottles.
partook in those.
I didn't buy them. A buddy of mine loaned me a bike that I was riding with them on it.
Suspect.
I'm way too cheap for that. And then after I rode with them, I'm just like,
These are dumb.
people spend money on this.
Yep.
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 Yeah, no, we can throw into that category. Let's see.
Is there any tech that you're sticking to your guns on that really other people are abandoning?
Not really. I had a. Oh, let's see if your Pope is done.
That doesn't look like me though, really.
It kind of looks like NASCO.
It kind of does. That doesn't look like it's more like RJ than me.
That looks like no one.
It doesn't look like anybody, huh?
Well, we started with that, and this is the photo I gave him.
Yeah, that doesn't really look like me.
Fucking
Send me that so I can
Maybe with
post
50
it.
pounds.
Fucking Sam Altman.
You said the first shrimp, right?
Yeah, the original SRAM Red E-Tap.
Red.
It was
Gave
on
up on
the
that.
it was on the same bike that they had loaned me that had the lightweight cages on it.
Oh,
Where'd you get this bike?
So I bought a Bianchi Ultra XR4, and I'd ordered a group set to put on it. It was the owner of the bike shop's bike who was a friend of mine, and he's like, "Oh, just take the whole bike for now. When your group set comes in, we'll swap it, and then I'll just take my stuff back at that point." And basically every Gucci accessory he put on that made the bike worse. So it had SRAM Red E-Tap, which was... I think I threw a chain probably 7 or 8 times. I took the thing to 3 different bike shops.
and they kept trying to find
Multiple times. It wasn't just like, oh, this bike shop doesn't know what they're doing. It was like, no, like give them an honest shot to fix it. And I eventually got to the point where I'm like, okay, maybe this shop doesn't know what they're doing. So I go to another shop, and by the time I got to the third, and the guy's just like, no, they just kind of do this.
you gave up on it.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
people are spending $4,000 fucking dollars on a group set that just kind of fucks itself.
Yeah,
Chips the chain.
I never did that. I'll admit
Yeah.
that.
I went through the SRAM Red experience.
Did you?
Because it was
The
light.
early-
It was light.
Yeah, it was a lot of
It wasn't, but even those generations, it wasn't even that light.
But it shifted like crap. I had to adjust it before every ride.
It was not good.
It was awful.
I remember when it came out because I was running
then
Campy, and
came
Campy was
the
notoriously lighter than Shimano. And then everybody said Red is even lighter, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I heard all these nightmare experiences. I never
Yeah,
went there though.
I would not do that
It
again.
was bad.
Oh, it had EE brakes on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Cane Creek.
Cane Creek
EE.
EE brakes.
King Creek.
And the thing was, is that it
They're
was
not bad. For power wise, they're just
they're not if you have the second
Oh, no.
generation where they added the return spring to them.
oh.
So these were uniquely shit because you would hit the brake and then it wouldn't retract; it would just drag.
Oh no.
So wait a minute, yours. So mine have the
There's
bent-
like a
the
clip.
bent clip.
Yeah, mine didn't have those.
Oh.
I guess there was a first generation or something that didn't have them.
Like a little spring
A little
inside.
spring
or
in
something?
It had some sort of spring that just did not work.
Oh.
So this bike would throw chains, the bottles were never secure, and the brakes didn't work.
Constantly rubbing or something.
It just was crap because like I would have to ride, and then after I used like the rear brakes fairly hard, I'd have to reach behind me
And recenter.
and just kind of not like recenter them, but basically like poke
Back
them
it
in the
off.
middle to
So they
basically
would-
get them to
reset.
yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I tried changing like all of the housing because it was a rim brake. I
Right.
tried changing all the housing to like stuff that would be
A little
lower
looser.
friction, a little looser, whatever. Nah, that sucked.
Spit on it.
I for a while I had some issues with what I guess I'll chalk up to bike fit, and I was getting issues with my knee. So I thought it was IT band. It wound up getting diagnosed as chondromalacia patella, which is this fun thing where the kneecap gets all of the cartilage scraped off the back of it.
Oh.
Yeah, that fucking hurts like a motherfucker. Anyhow, so to try and make it easier on my knees, I tried the isometric chainrings,
Okay.
which, for that purpose, I felt like made things feel more... They look really strange, because they're like those twin cam kind of lined up whatever.
Not the rotor ones.
Not just the oval ones. These ones are actually, like, they almost
They're
look
almost like this.
more like a rhombus, yeah.
Yes.
So...
The Chris Froome ones.
Yes. I rode those for a while. Believe it or not, I didn't have any dropped chains on them.
Which is surprising because on the rotor ones, I didn't really have that bad of shifting.
Yeah, no, I didn't have as much of issues with the shifting as I thought I would. But eventually I got away from them because my knee issues went away, and I found that when you try and get out of the saddle and sprint with them, the speed your leg moves at throughout the pedal stroke felt inconsistent. Because in the area of the chainring where
Well, it's pretty exaggerated.
Yeah, and it's much more exaggerated than the rotors, the Q rings.
Yes.
So there's a part of the stroke where you've got to push real hard, and then all of a sudden the chainring gets smaller, and your foot's going way faster now. So it felt really unstable when you got out of the saddle. And it's funny because I remember going back and watching some of the stages with Chris Froome, and everybody's like, why does he never get out of the saddle? And I'm like, because it's fucking Bambi on ice with those chain rings.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I mean, I'm sure someone could figure out a way to go ahead and get used to that, but yeah. So I got away from those, and that was most all the weird shit that I've messed around with as far as road group set stuff.
Okay. I have a couple. There's a couple that I still do so I run the rotor oval rings, not on my road bike anymore, but I have them on my TVT bike mainly because I don't think there was ever a benefit. If anything, there's not a detriment. Like, you don't lose anything by having them. But to me, I felt smoother to a certain extent on them. On my road bike, I only had the mid ones. They're not that exaggerated on my road bike. And then on my TT bike, I have the exaggerated ones, but I never went the asymmetric ones. I just had the rotor ones. And I still have them on there. I don't ride the bike very often, but I find when I'm sitting down and I'm pedaling and everything, they feel pretty smooth. I don't think I gain anything, but I don't think I lose. So I'm figuring like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. So I don't know if that's really giving up on it because it's like, it's just there.
Was that the bike you told me you had to like Dremel out your...
Yes. Because the white, the tall part of it would go up so high, it would go past the front derailleur.
Oh no.
And so I had to, it would kind of jam up into the derailleur. So I had to, the hanger part or whatever you want to call it, that's on the down tube, it's bolted in or it's riveted into the frame, and so it's not like you can move it that much. And it has an oval slot, but the slot was maxed, and then I had a Dremel it so it had like this much metal. It still does. This much metal at the very top of it, where it's like sandwiched in.
The Osymetrics came with a spacer that would allow you to go ahead and move your derailleur further than the frame would allow, so you didn't have to do that.
Okay. Yeah, my rotor ones don't have that. But the nice thing about the rotor, they have the BCD where you could put that on most of the crank, because I don't have rotor cranks.
Yep.
I just have the rings. And I only have the big ring. The small ring, if you're climbing or whatever, it's a different story. But I figured if I'm in the flats and I'm kind of in that mode and I want to kind of hammer, I'm going to be in the big ring. So it's been on there for a long time. My road bike I abandoned that a while ago. Though I will admit one tack I gave up on. And the problem is like I never really had one I believed in and then gave up on, because I never really believed in it, was base layers.
Yeah, fuck base layers.
Everybody told me...
All my homies hate base layers.
Well, the thing is, when it was really hot trending and everything, it's going to be cooler to wear a base layer. I'm like, there is no way a base layer is making you cooler than your skin. You can physically feel. When you unzip your jersey and you have sweat on your skin...
Continue.
Who are you calling?
Don't worry, it's relevant to base layers.
How is base layers supposed... I can see how base layers makes you warmer, but how does it make you cooler? Like, it's doing better than your own body.
Hey, Sean. This is the Phone a Friend segment of the Bikes and Brews podcast.
Okay.
We're talking about
Base layers.
We're talking about base layers.
Yes.
And I wanted to go ahead and confirm with somebody who is a
Adamant believer
in base layers.
Yes.
Cooling
Yes.
you off, not warming
We
you.
rode this morning and you wore a base layer. That was a good or bad decision?
Until the very end.
Shut the
it was
fuck
a
up.
fine
Good or
decision.
bad decision?
At the hottest point of the day.
Wrong answer. Was it a good or bad decision when it was 100 degrees?
Bad decision then, but it wasn't 100.
Thank you. I rest my case.
It's such a nobody will convince me. But the thing is, nobody really convinced me then. You know, like there's no way that's cool because the thing is, like, it keeps the wind from hitting your skin to cool you off. Oh, he's texting you.
Sean
like,
says, "Fuck her."
it was such a bad
If
idea.
it's over 70,
I know.
you don't need a base layer.
I'm now replying to him with,
End of
"I
story.
got."
Well, I don't think you
mine."
ever need a bracelet other than to
Thank
keep
you.
you warmer.
Right. If it's below
There's
70,
no base layer that will keep you cooler.
True. If
No,
it's-
you can lie to me about Cool
If it's
Max
in the
fabric
60s,
all
you
day
don't-
long.
you don't need-
But there's a reason that people wear those stupid ass mesh base layer things when they go fucking climb Everest.
Yeah.
Because it makes you warmer,
Right. Totally.
not because it makes you cooler. Fuck base layer.
You don't see anybody in the Sahara wearing a base layer.
If you're in England, buy a base layer.
Yes.
If you're not, you don't need it.
Canada.
Spend it on
California?
tires or
Portland.
Yeah.
gels.
Winter only.
So that was one tech I never believed in. So I
No.
can't say I abandoned it because I never was on it in the first place.
I have one base layer, and I've worn it once, and the problem is I feel so goddamn stupid wearing it, because by the time I take my jersey off, I'm like, hey, look at me, I'm in a little fucking leotard thingy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know bibs are atrocious by normal standards, but like the base layer being
What
like
do
a
you mean?
skin
Oh,
type.
wait. Let's revisit what the hell you were just talking about.
I mean, it's for me to go ahead and call any garment stupid while wearing bib shorts, which is basically like a fucking wrestler's outfit.
You saying that's
Like, if we're-
less comfortable than just the shorts?
No. I'm just saying, like, if you had to go outside of your house wearing a pair
the
of
bib?
just the bib shorts,
Yes.
you would belong in the Nut Hut.
The Crystal Light
Yeah.
championships from the 80s.
Correct.
Yes.
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 So, for somebody who wears bib shorts for any activity to then go ahead and call another garment bad, I understand my
Okay. Yes.
hypocrisy in this.
Yes.
Now, that said, there is nothing less dignified than taking off a base layer at the end of a ride. I've done it once, and I will never do it again.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's usually
a skin tight fucking
and it's underneath your
Like
bibs,
tank
which means
top.
you got to take off your jersey.
Yeah.
Then you got to take off the straps for your bibs. Then you got to take off this thing. Then it's just no matter.
I just want to get in the shower. I don't want to peel an onion.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Why are cassettes not oval shaped if front chain rings are?
Oh, that's easy because fuck you. That's why.
Well, the thing is, like, well, if you think about it, the cassette wouldn't match the pace of your stroke. It would be going 3 revolutions for every 1 revolution.
I
And
would
sometimes
think-
it'd be even more. You know, where in the front, the O-rings are always matching your.
Could you
pedal
imagine the derailleurs just going like this?
Yeah,
the
I
entire
can imagine
time?
the shifting would be horrible.
stroke? That too.
Yeah.
That
I
too.
think it would be fine because the tension maintains.
And you're going to derailleur just doing this all the time?
Oh yeah, your B gap would be fucked every half
Fuck.
rotation.
Yeah.
No, without a clutch, it would be a nightmare.
Even with one, it would still be
Yeah.
completely fucked because
Yeah,
the
it's not
B
good no
gap,
matter
so the
what.
distance between.
But
your
there,
guide
but you
wheel
lose
and
the benefit of it. Like the whole point is like you have a dead spot and
Yeah.
you're cranking. You eliminate that with a cassette, so there would be no scientific thought theory about it.
I don't think there's much
Tram,
science.
let's try it.
Shram will do it.
They will.
Shram will do it.
God knows they will. Anything not to make a front derailleur.
Yeah, but the cassette would never match up with your pedal stroke.
Right.
But well, it would occasionally.
Okay. Every third or fourth crank. But then as you change gears, that
Correct.
number is
Correct.
Anyways, let's kill this one.
Yeah, finish your beer.
Let's do it.
Let's finish our beer. Cheers. No. That almost ended up in my fucking.
In your lap. I'm not
You want to
finishing
drink it, not wear it?
It's all right. Anyways, like and subscribe, and we're out of here.
Yeah,
Tell me
more
comment.
stupid bickering
Tell us
and
what you
base
drink.
layer slander on the next one.
We're out of here.